Are we good? Are we live? Just doing a little bit of a check here, everyone. Want to make sure that everything's straight before we get started. You know me, yeah, audio's good. You know me, I always like to make sure that the audio is fine and you guys can see everything correctly. All right. And here we are. Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here. Let me mute my playback because it is still going. And let me exit out of my Elgato because I was messing with Outriders. So apologies for that. But let me mute this real quick. Welcome, everyone. Kyushu92 here, your residential solo leveling reactioneer and aspiring voice actor with what I do here. So just welcome to yet another solo leveling chapter reaction and review. Last we left off in chapter 142, Jin was escorted down to the remains of the greatest calamity that humanity has ever known, Kamish, and proceeded to raise it. So, let's see what happens. And it's actually quite early for this chapter to be released today. Fire, welcome. It's actually quite early for this chapter to be released because normally it would be somewhere in the middle of 11, but it was available at exactly 11 o'clock. Is it out already? Yeah, that's why I'm doing this early. This is the first time it's ever been released at, it was at 11. So I put the time to 11:05 because it was already past that time. So yeah, it's already out. But here, let's go ahead and get started with this chapter. Here we see the last few panels of Kamish, the shadow of Kamish being raised, and it roaring. Chapter 143. Let's see what happens. And the roar shatters every single... The roar shatters every single light in the room. And it causes, the tubes that were meant to keep it, the remains of Kamish. It keeps the tubes that were meant to keep the remains of Kamish, preserved and everything. Those shatter as well. Then we see Kamish's mouth open. Oh, and we see it speak. It speaks.
Were you the one that summoned me? King of the dead, Shadow Monarch.
What? What? What the heck? What is that?
Human. Human?
And Kamish is looking all confused that I guess Jin is standing in front of him.
Humans must die. I will kill you all.
And Kamish puts its hand on the glass, and the glass starts to break. And then all Kamish did was put its hand on the glass, and the glass immediately started breaking. That voice OP? Well, thank you. I figured that if Kamish was going to speak, I would make it the rare choice for me to use a voice modulator in order to facilitate what Kamish's voice would be like. I mean, come on. This is the greatest calamity of mankind. He's got to have a voice that fits. My voice alone, sure, it's nice and everything, but it's best to give it one that fits the power of it, So I'm glad I created that sound with my... voice mod program. I created that just so it could sound just like that. So yeah, I'm glad it sounds nice. But all Kamish does is put its hand on the glass, and the glass immediately starts to break. Then we see the guild master of the Hunters Bureau say, "That glass was enhanced by a top-ranking hunter's magic." And in that instance, the glass completely shatters as Kamish roars again. And then he starts to charge up a laser beam. What in the world is going on? Dude is about to nuke the whole area, and he just got out. Sir, you must evacuate. That's Kamish's breath. You think... Oh, wait. Sir, we must evacuate. That's Kamish's breath. You think we'll be safe by running away? And then Jin just says, enough. The magic crystal embedded in your head was removed long ago. You do not need to obey the ruler's orders. Is Hunter Sung Jinwoo speaking monster tongue right now? He's speaking in the language of Kamish. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
So this is how it feels to submit to the Shadow Monarch.
And then Kamish's eyes just squint at him, and he steps forward.
This lowly servant who once served the Dragon Emperor pays respect to the new monarch.
Oh, snap! And we see Kamish in this super large panel, and his large size just said like, dude, this lowly servant who once served the Dragon Emperor pays respects to the new monarch. Okay, can we just take into effect that Kamish just called himself a lowly servant? This calamity, this dragon that they described as the biggest calamity that mankind has ever seen, sees itself as a lowly servant to the Dragon Emperor. So can you imagine what the Dragon Emperor is like if Kamish himself considers himself a lowly servant compared to that individual? Pays respects to the new monarch. You serve the Dragon Emperor?
That is correct, my lord. I serve the King of Berserk Dragons, the Monarch of Destruction.
I hope when I'm using Kamish's voice that it actually comes through to you guys and you guys can comprehend what I'm saying. I might need to change from this playback. I might need to change how high it sounds so that way it's not too dark. I mean, it's not too low. I might need to edit it just a little bit. But he says, that is correct, my lord. I serve the King of Berserk Dragons, the Monarch of Destruction. And then Jin says, this incredible rage. I didn't know a shadow soldier could possess such a powerful ego. It's on a completely different level to all of the monsters I've ever seen. And I'm guessing that includes Beru as well. I mean, one of you guys brought this up to me in my last reaction last week on how since Kamish was so powerful, I mean, it's speaking. So Beru was powerful enough so it could speak, but you know, like Igris and the ones beneath him, they can't speak because their rank isn't high enough. But Kamish's rank is so high that he can speak on his own just like Beru. But Beru, yeah, Kamish is stronger than him. I can tell it possesses incredible power. And then we see the tail of Kamish wagging. Sir, is it wagging its tail? And then everyone is just surprised at this as Kamish is just wagging his tail in front of Jin. Bruh. The King of the Dead, Shadow Monarch, and the King of Giants, Monarch of the Beginning. It must be one of the 9 monarchs mentioned by the system. And this is Jin speaking.
Regrettably, my king, I must bid you farewell.
What? Wait, Kamish is leaving.
It seems our meeting came about far too late, my lord.
yo, is Kamisha's fading. He's fading. And then Jin thinks, not even the power of the Shadow Monarch can combat the passage of time? System! System!
I truly envy your majesty's soldiers that can serve you for all eternity. My king, there were 4 human beings who borrowed the power of the rulers. Please be wary of them.
What? What? There are humans? There are humans out there in the world who have the power of the rulers? Just like Jin has the power of one of the monarchs? And as Kamish fades away, this is the last thing he says.
It has been my honor to be in the presence of my new king.
And with that, the system says, shadow extraction has failed. And the shadow sinks back into the body of Kamish again. The target's shadow has returned to the emptiness of the void. Too much time has elapsed since the target's death. Further attempts of extraction will be ineffectual. Wow. Well, looks like Kamish is not joining with Jin because too much time has passed since he died. There's a certain time frame in killing an opponent and taking their shadows that has to be met. Jin has to take a person's or creature's shadow within the confines of the death of that creature in order to successfully extract it. The further the time, the less likely there are to extract. The fact that Jin was able to at least raise Kamish for a short amount of time after 8 years after its death just speaks to not only how powerful the Shadow Monarch power is, but also, I'm guessing, how powerful Kamish is in comparison to allowing his shadow to last that long. So, wow. Too much time has passed. Doing good, Rex? Wow. And then we get back to Jin. How am I doing? Well, wait, I already answered that. Sorry. Mr. White. And this is Jin. Mr. White, please relay my apology to the director. I will cover for the repair costs as much as I can. Sure. Oh, wait, this guy translating for him. I will cover for the repair costs as much as I can. Sure. And then Jin just walks away. And then there's this foreboding feeling between the director and Mr. White as Jin walks away. Not just a foreboding feeling, but the fact that there's a massive crash and it shows Jin literally hitting the side of the door he was walking through in frustration for not being able to get Kamish. And Jin really looks upset. Meanwhile, at some other building. Hey, it's Wu! Hunter Sung, why couldn't we get a hold of you? Oh, I was somewhere without reception for a short while. And they're back at the meeting place with, I guess, the rest of the members for the conference. Then you met with Hunter Yu Jin Ho? Pardon? He left after you contact him. You told him you were waiting for him at the Hunter Bureau. I just returned from there. What are you talking about? Hunter Yu Jin Ho was not in the visitors' logs. Wait, what? Hello, Amari. Hello, Bernard. Welcome. Hope you enjoy yourselves. We're kind of getting near the end of the chapter, just a little bit. What? But, White says, Hunter Yu Jin Ho was not in the visitors' log. What? That can't be right. A hunter from the Scavenger Guild came to fetch him about 2 hours ago. Although the Oh! No. Someone from the Scavenger Guild got Jin-Oh. Yo, what is the Scavenger Guild doing? Are they trying to lure out Jin? Is this Dong-Su's making? Is he trying to lure out Jin just because Andre told him not to mess with him, so Dong-Su is still doing his own thing? I don't know. Let's just keep reading. But White says, although the Scavenger Guild has a close relationship with the Hunter Bureau, they do not take care of our own matters. Asking them about this directly should be the best course of action. And then Jin thinks, why do I have a bad feeling about this? I got a bad feeling as well. And then we have the secretary, well, not the secretary, but the right hand of Andre at her desk, and she's getting a call saying, you're saying we escorted the vice leader of the Ajin Guild? Don't tell me. Does Hunter Sungjin... Oh, wait, then we have White... it's White speaking to her. Does Hunter Sungjin Woo also know about this? No, Hunter Sungjin Woo hasn't heard of the news yet. Hunter Yu Jin-Ho's companions had asked us while Hunter Sungjin Woo was at the bureau. Then we shall get to the bottom of this as soon as we can. Hunter Sung, I can't. Wow, what is going on? Hunter Sung, the Scavenger Guild said they'll investigate, so they should get back to us soon. And Jin is gone. Jin is gone. Yo, and then it shows Jin jumping above the buildings. This is my fault. After I used Shadow Exchange to save Chairman Yu Myung-han back then, I didn't assign a soldier to Jin-Oh. If something like that were to happen again, and he remembers back when his sister was at school and those orcs broke in and started massacring everyone. Arise. Is he calling? Wait, who is he calling? He's calling all his soldiers. Yo, he's calling all his soldiers. He's calling all his soldiers, and he just stands on a rooftop and just says, find him. And they both just mad dash out of there, looking for him. And they spread across the entire city. Yo! Then it shows someone's eyes lighting up. Is this Andre? No, this is someone else, but it's who is this? Is that Jin-Oh? No, I think it was his escorts. I think one of them, their necks is broken because it shows their head back and like a big corner coming out of their neck. That can't be the Adam's apple. It has to be their neck. Their neck was snapped. Then another one is cratered into a wall, and you see the little blood coming out of his mouth. Yo, it's Andre. It's Andre. What is Andre doing? Oh! It's Dong-Su. He did it. It was Dong-Su. It was Dong-Su. Yo! He took Jin-Oh. Andre is coming to the aftermath of Dong-Su taking out Jin-Oh's escort. It's Andre, and he takes his shades off. He's done it now. Andre is mad. What did Andre just say to Dong-Su? If you touch Sun Jin-Woo, I will kill you. It's better than being off dead. Dong-Su just orchestrated an event that is literally going to lead to his demise. But let me continue reading. We're not done. We still got panels. He's done it now. And he crushes his shades. Huang Dong-Su. Find Huang Dong-Su before Sung Jin-Woo does. Whatever it takes. Yo, Andre is furious. And it shows Dong-Su with his little red aura around him. No! Dong-Su's gonna die. Yo, we see the shadow of Jin-Ho. Those dead men were people from Jin-Ho's escorts? Yeah, I said that. But we see the shadow of Jin-Ho. He's not moving. We can't see his face. We can see the outline of his face, but there's clearly blood dripping from him. Yo. We must find him first. Yo. And it shows Dong-su with his eyes lit up in red with a mad, devilish, evil grin on his face. That's the end of the chapter. This man is going to die. This dude could not take no for an answer. So he decided to take matters into his... Well, first off, let's go ahead and talk about the things that happened before. So, Kamish, we find out, who sees himself as a lowly servant to the Dragon Emperor, which we find out was the monarch of destruction. Jin is not able to turn him into a shadow soldier because Kamish has been dead for far too long. But we also find out that among the we also find out that Jin being a human who has the power of a monarch, we also find out that there are humans out there with the power of the rulers. So, that's a thing. Which means that Jin not only has to worry about the rulers and the monarchs, but he also has to worry about humans with the powers of the rulers. So, the list of enemies that Jin has is slowly but surely increasing. But then we have the later half of this chapter, which is by far going to... 4 rulers some chapters ago, one of them dead. But going forward, we find out that the later half of this chapter is dedicated to Jin catching up to everyone else except Jin-Oh, who apparently was escorted back to the bureau, but Jin never ran into him. And he was escorted there by members of the Scavenger Guild, but those members never made it because Dong-su killed that escort. And took Jin-Oh. And Andre finds the remains of all the ones who were left behind and killed by Dong-su and tells his people to go find him first before Jin does. And Andre is upset with this. Andre is mad upset because we just seen not too long ago that Andre warned him, don't lay a hand on Sung Jin-woo. Well, and says like, I don't even want you near the conference because you're gonna try and kill Jin because he killed your brother. You're salty like that. So, you stay over there. Dong-su is he's not satisfied with that. So he decides to take matters into his own hands, like the idiot he is. Not seeing that he's not only going to draw the ire of his own guildmaster, but also draw the fury of quite possibly a national level hunter who is still getting stronger. And he thinks this is going to work out for him? Boy, you crazy! So, here's the thing. He reluctantly accepted Andre's offer to go to a separate villa. Reluctantly, furiously, but he didn't want to draw Andre's fury on himself. Now, he's gonna draw Jin's fury. And the thing is, Jin can't just port to him because he never assigned a shadow soldier to Jin-Oh. So now he's sending out his own shadow soldiers to find Jin-Oh. And oh my goodness, Dong-su is gonna get a beating just like he got from Jin's dad. This is gonna hurt. Woo-hoo-hoo, this is gonna hurt! I don't know about you guys, but this chapter right here, yeah. Dongsu's gonna get the fight he wanted, but not the outcome he's expecting. Cause here's the thing about Jin. Jin is a very powerful individual. I don't know how strong, I don't read the light novel, and I don't want to look at his wiki because I don't want to spoil myself on any potential powers he will get in the future. Thank you for not spoiling anything in chat. I really do appreciate you guys for that. But we know that Jin is incredibly powerful. But Dongsu thinks that he didn't even stand a chance when Jin was stuck in the double dungeon going with one of the members of Cho Jong-in's group that one time, and Dongsu came upon them and he tried to tussle with Bayek all those times ago. He wasn't even a match for Jin back then, and Jin has grown exponentially powerful, even more. Jin's already angry because of Kamish. Yeah, he's already salty that he couldn't get possibly the strongest shadow soldier under his banner. So he's already salty. Now he has to deal with this Dongsu character who's still holding a grudge of his brother being killed by Jin. I mean, it's your brother's fault that he decided to lure in people and kill them and reap the rewards of those people helping them out under false pretenses. His Dong-suk brought that on himself. I do not feel bad for his brother. I feel absolutely no hint of remorse for his brother's actions, and I was happy to see him die. Let me say that for the record. I was happy to see him die. So, Dong-su thinks that he's just gonna exact revenge and things are just gonna go smoothly? This man is dead. If Jin don't get him, Andre will. Because even though Andre didn't say you can't mess with the Vice Guild master, you can't mess with the Vice Guild master who works with Sun Jinwoo, it's still technically messing with Jin because that's his second in command. So even if you're not directly messing with Jin, you're messing with Jin. Dong-su.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to spit upon the grave of one Dong-su and his stupid attempts at trying to rile up and fight Sung Jinwoo. As far as we know, he was a member of the Scavenger Guild.
Cue the smallest violin going on.
As Sung Jinwoo proceeded to thrash Dong-su's body repeatedly, furiously, and without end, Dong-su could only see but his life flash before his eyes, wondering, how did it come to this? If I didn't mess with this individual like Andre told me about, I'd still be alive. My neck would be unsnapped. My limbs would be attached. My soul would still be within my body.
But, I don't know. Just read the chapter. It's crazy. Yeah, it is a crazy chapter. But I'm not going to say any more towards this chapter. This might be actually the shortest. This might be the shortest reaction that I have. 28 minutes. Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. That's all I got for this chapter, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to go into speculation because I don't know. Like, there are individuals who read the light novel, so you already know what's going to happen. But I'm content with finding out what happens as these chapters go on. I'll read the light novel after this is done, after it's done making it into chapters. I'll read the light novel afterwards. So if you do know what's going to happen next, keep that to yourself because, hey, it helps me keep my reactions genuine if I don't know what's going on. But overall, this is a 10 out of 10 chapter because Dong-su is about to get the fight he was looking for. But your boy ain't about to come out of it unscathed. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm done. This chapter was everything. This chapter was great. Oh my goodness, solo leveling. Why did I wait so long to pick you up for this channel? I now see why people enjoy it so much. I really do. This series as a whole, and I really hope at some point in the future it actually gets an anime adaptation just so we can see all of this illustrated. Because even though I don't show the images because of copyright reasons, and I'd rather not put my channel under fire like that, I would love to see all of these panels just get animated the way they look, and just see these long panels, these long, super detailed, colored in panels be fully animated in all their glory. I cannot wait to see that. But that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say for this chapter. I am looking forward to the next chapter. Don't spoil anything for me because I cannot wait to see what happens next week. So with that being said, I just want to say it is an honor and a privilege to bring you my reactions. What did I think about Jin not being able to revive Kamish? I'm late, so I didn't hear your opinion. I feel like someone mentioned this in comments in my last reaction, but if Jin got his hands on Kamish, that would have just been a massive power gap. So I kind of feel like him not getting access to Kamish, it means that he's not becoming too overly powered too fast. So while it would have been cool to see, Jin riding on Kamish while Igris was riding on Kaisel, it's now officially a dream now because, Kaisel, Kamish is officially gone. He's been dead too long in order for him to be raised as a shadow. So I'm kind of disappointed that we don't get Kamish as a fellow soldier that works with Jin, but I feel for the narrative's sake, it had to be this way. So for narrative's sake, I'm perfectly okay with it. Would it have been cool to see him join his ranks? Yes, but not at the expense of making Jin so overpowered that nothing can absolutely face him. There has to be some more adversity ahead for Jin, and I feel with Kamish that would have alleviated some of that just a tiny bit, especially when when Kamish was charging up a nuke blast and saying like, "There's nowhere we can run from that." So yeah. So I'm actually okay with Jin not actually getting them. Anime, really? When? Here's the thing. There's no set date, but it's said to be in the works, at least. It's on the table for it to become an anime adaptation. That's all the information we know, and the last time I seen information on that was December of last year. So we don't know any more than that. There hasn't even been any recent news pertaining to a solo leveling anime. So it's still being worked out. We don't know the fine details, and you know me, I'm just gonna keep my eyes on it as much as I can. But that's all I got for you guys. I don't want to keep you guys too long on this fine, beautiful Wednesday, and I got some things I need to take care of as well. So I just want to say, as I close, because I have been known to monologue, thank you for taking the time to view this reaction here today. It means the absolute world to me that you guys come here repeatedly. I see a lot of you guys showing up. I see some new faces. It is truly an honor to offer, my reactions to solo leveling and also my voice skills to it as well, because you guys know I like to do this. So I just want to say it's truly an honor for me to be able to do something like this for you guys because I absolutely love it. But with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.